Most Americans believe retirement is decades away, but time moves much faster than anyone expects. For millions of Americans, the retirement crisis isn't a future problem. It's already becoming reality. Many workers are saving money every month, yet falling further behind their retirement goals. Previous generations relied on pensions. Today, most workers are responsible for funding retirement themselves. Retirement planning becomes harder when rising costs consume more of each paycheck every year. The amount needed for a comfortable retirement keeps increasing faster than most people realize. The retirement crisis often begins with a simple decision to wait until later. Money can be earned back, but the years lost to procrastination never return. Most people quit before compounding has enough time to show its true power.
The question is no longer whether a retirement crisis exists, but how prepared you are for it. Inflation quietly reduces purchasing power every year, forcing retirement savings to work much harder. Healthcare costs have become one of the biggest financial threats facing future retirees.
People are living longer than ever, which means retirement savings must last much longer too.
Many workers want to save more, but rising expenses leave little room to invest. High-interest debt can quietly destroy decades of retirement progress before people notice. For many households, incomes have not grown as quickly as major living expenses. The traditional safety nets that protected previous generations are becoming increasingly limited. Small spending decisions today can become massive retirement consequences decades later. The difference between what people need and what they have is growing every year. The retirement crisis isn't caused by one problem. It's many problems colliding at once. The most expensive retirement mistake isn't investing badly. It's waiting too long to begin. A decade of delay can cost more wealth than most people earn in several years. Early withdrawals don't just remove money. They remove decades of future growth. Many people increase spending whenever income rises instead of increasing investments. Failing to capture an employer match may be one of the easiest ways to lose free money. High-interest debt often grows faster than retirement savings, creating a dangerous financial imbalance.
Fear causes many investors to sell at exactly the wrong time during market declines.
Saving money alone is rarely enough when inflation steadily reduces its value. Many workers spend decades earning money without creating a clear retirement strategy.
The retirement crisis grows worse when small mistakes are repeated year after year for decades.
The greatest advantage in retirement planning isn't earning more money. It's giving your money more time. Starting early allows compound growth to do most of the heavy lifting for your future. Compounding begins slowly, but over time it can create results that seem almost unbelievable. Most of compounding's rewards arrive near the end, which is why patience matters so much. The dollars you invest in your 20s can become the most valuable dollars you ever save. Wealth isn't built through giant leaps. It's built through thousands of consistent steps.
Small contributions made consistently often outperform ambitious plans that never begin.
Time turns average investments into powerful retirement assets when given enough years to grow. The earlier you start, the more years compounding has to multiply your efforts. Understanding compounding may be the single most important lesson in retirement planning. For millions of Americans, Social Security represents the foundation of their retirement income. The challenge is that Social Security was never designed to cover every retirement expense. Retirement works best when Social Security is only one part of a larger strategy.
Many workers overestimate how much Social Security will actually provide during retirement.
Without personal savings, many retirees face a significant gap between income and expenses. Demographic changes are placing increasing pressure on retirement systems across the country.
Relying on a single income source can create serious risks later in life.
The strongest retirement plans are built on multiple sources of financial support.
Financial independence becomes much easier when several income streams work together.
Social Security can help fund retirement, but it should never be your entire retirement plan.
Most people don't lose retirement wealth because of bad decisions. They lose it because they wait. 1 year of delay may not seem important, but small delays often become permanent habits. Every year you postpone investing is another year, and compounding cannot work for you. The price of waiting is often measured in hundreds of thousands of future dollars. Time is the most valuable asset in retirement planning because it cannot be replaced.
The investor who starts today often gains an advantage that becomes impossible to overcome.
People underestimate how quickly decades pass and overestimate how much time remains. Retirement success is usually built through consistent actions repeated over many years. The later people start, the harder they must work just to catch up. The retirement crisis often begins with procrastination and ends with regret. Inflation is one of the most dangerous threats to retirement because it quietly reduces purchasing power. Money that feels sufficient today may buy far less 20 or 30 years from now. Keeping money idle for decades can be riskier than many people realize. Retirees often feel inflation the most because many expenses continue increasing every year. Inflation doesn't destroy money overnight. It slowly weakens its value over time. Successful retirement investing requires growth that can outpace inflation for decades. Inflation rewards preparation and punishes those who underestimate its long-term impact. Even moderate inflation can significantly reduce retirement wealth over a 30-year period. Looking backward reveals how dramatically the cost of living can change over time. Retirement planning isn't just about saving money. It's about protecting future purchasing power. Many Americans spend years preparing for retirement, but underestimate how expensive healthcare can become. One unexpected medical event can place enormous pressure on even well-planned retirement budgets. Healthcare expenses often increase faster than many retirees expect during their later years. For many retirees, healthcare eventually becomes one of the largest monthly expenses. The challenge isn't knowing what healthcare costs will be. It's knowing what surprises may occur. Emergency reserves can provide critical protection when unexpected healthcare costs suddenly appear. Retirement planning must account for healthcare because medical needs tend to increase with age. Without preparation, healthcare costs can gradually erode decades of carefully built savings.
The strongest retirement plans prepare not only for living longer, but for staying healthy.
Healthcare may be the retirement expense people underestimate the most until it's too late. Wealthy retirees don't necessarily earn more money. They often make different decisions for decades. Successful retirement planning usually begins with a clear strategy long before retirement arrives. Wealthy retirees often build several income streams instead of relying on a single source. Diversification helps reduce risk while creating multiple opportunities for long-term growth. Wealthy investors understand that temporary market declines are a normal part of investing. Consistency often matters more than perfection when building wealth for retirement. The most successful retirement plans are measured in decades rather than months.
Protecting wealth becomes increasingly important as retirement draws closer. Financial freedom grows when your money begins working harder than you do. The biggest difference is not income. It's the habits repeated consistently over many years. The future of retirement may look very different from what previous generations experienced. People are living longer, which means retirement could last 30 years or even more. Technology is changing how people work, earn income, and prepare for retirement. Retirement may become less about stopping work and more about having financial flexibility. Future retirees may depend more on multiple income sources than previous generations.
Uncertainty will always exist, which makes preparation more valuable than prediction.
The families that prepare early often gain the greatest advantage in an uncertain future. The future belongs to those who build financial resilience before they actually need it. But the biggest retirement lesson isn't about money, investing, or even retirement itself. Many retirees eventually discover that money alone cannot solve every retirement challenge. The most painful financial mistakes are often the opportunities people never acted upon. Many people regret what they failed to invest more than what they actually invested. Retirement planning is ultimately about buying freedom, time, and peace of mind. The most successful retirements balance financial stability with health, purpose, and relationships. Nearly every great retirement plan begins with a single decision to start today. The rewards of consistent investing are often far greater than people imagine in the beginning. Financial wisdom can become one of the most valuable gifts passed between generations. The retirement crisis may be real, but the actions taken today still matter enormously. So what should Americans actually do right now to build a secure retirement future? The first step is surprisingly simple. Start today, even if the amount feels small. Consistency beats perfection because small actions repeated for years create extraordinary results. Reducing high-interest debt can dramatically improve your long-term financial future. A strong emergency fund provides stability when life doesn't go according to plan. Building multiple sources of financial strength reduces dependence on any single outcome. Successful investors focus on decades, not headlines, temporary fear, or daily market noise. Every retirement plan becomes stronger when supported by clear goals and regular reviews. Retirement planning is not only about yourself. It can impact your entire family. The choices you make today may determine whether retirement becomes stressful or truly freeing. If you found this valuable, subscribe now and start building your retirement future today.